Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about a huge leak, massive leak about all of Year 5, Lightfall, Solar Arc 3.0, raids, dungeons. Let's get into it. We're just going to get right into it again. Please subscribe and like if you guys don't mind, as I'm trying to hit 10k and only 10 to 15% of you guys ever hit that subscribe button. So please do me a solid. It would mean a lot because again, it helps out making these videos, and you support me, and I give you a huge thank you for whoever did. But let's get right into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about Season 17, Season of the Lord. So we know that the last thing we know about the narrative right now is that Lord Saladin is Brachus Forge. So let's get into the story. Big news, Plague Lands return to the Cosmodrome as originally planned. 1 landing zone, 1 lost sector, and 4 bubbles. Now, again, take these leaks with a grain of salt going forward, but if the Plague Lands do return in this season, that would be dope. As I can see, it's probably not going to be a large zone, but it will be probably, in my guess, that they might add more into it over the future. But if there's going to be a brand new dungeon, where are you going to put it? So if Plague Land's coming back, that would be a great place for a new dungeon. The season focuses around Lord Saladin, now Brachus Forge. Saladin appoints Grow, he is his lord, to run the Iron Banner and watch over the Iron Temple. With Saladin gone, a rogue band of SIVA splicers seek to take back the Plague Lands after pushing back the waves of splicers and recovering the ancient Warmind node with the help of Anabray. The Warmind is reassembled. There's a new reprise strike from Destiny 1, the Wretched Eye. If you play Destiny 1, the strike with when the Ogre, his eye gets sliced out and is put on a weapon from a SIVA fallen captain back in Destiny 1. So if that strike comes out, that will be really cool. There's a new 6-player match-made activity called Iron Siege. Defend the Iron Temple from waves of splicers had legendary and master difficulty. There will be a new dungeon, the Golden Age. An ancient Warmind signal is discovered deep in the Plague Lands. A powerful Vandal Bravix stumbles across an old Warmind cache and seeks to use its power. 2 boss fights, 1 puzzle encounter, and 1 major platforming section. The rituals, Zavala and Shax, to get the Drifter treatment in Season 18. Crucible weapon, kinetic aggressive shotgun. Vanguard Ops, Vestive, lightweight arc submachine gun. Ooh, another arc submachine gun. That would be cool. And Gambit Void Wave Frame Grenade Launcher. Ooh, these sound a bit interesting. Now let's get into Iron Banner that will be coming in this season. We got a lot of Iron Banner changes. 6 weapons are added, 4 brand new, and 2 are reissued. We have a new Solar Breach Grenade Launcher, a new Stasis Rapid Fire Fusion Rifle, a new Solar Rapid Fire Drum Loaded Grenade Launcher, a new Void Precision Auto Rifle, and 2 returning weapons, which are a Rapid Fire Arc Scout Rifle and a returning Adaptive Void Sidearm. Crow will act as the new Iron Banner vendor. This could be a bit kind of unusual now, but again, it kind of makes a little bit sense as he's doing stuff with Keitel, and they might want to switch it up a little bit, but I don't think Crow's huge allegiance as an Iron Banner vendor will count as much, but if that's the case, kind of matches up with the narrative going forward. We will see some minor changes to the Drifter, and Iron Banner rep will be earned slightly faster than Crucible and Gambit. There will be a new guildable seal called Iron Lord. The difficulty is to acquire similar to the Conqueror and Flawless. I said this back in my recent video for Iron Banner changes. Go and watch that if you're interested in that. But there seems to be a lot more things going on now with Iron Banner and this huge Iron Banner rework that will be happening within the season. Be aware of that. Let's get on with... I'm not going to talk about Solar 3.0 right now. I'm going to go into the other seasons, and then we'll go back to Solar 3.0 and Art 3.0. With Season of the Lies, the mid-season, it's originally planned to bring back Wrath of the Machine and with the Plague Lands, but there were problems. Instead of King's Fall returns in Season 18, Same 14 and Mithrax reveal their massive project. Using the corpse of Coria, they reconstruct the events leading to Savathun's rise to power. The season revolves around trying to understand the lies Savathun spoke. Major characters include Mithrax, Same 14, Crow, Rasputin. The season concludes with Amaro attempting to revive Savathun, but he is killed by the Crow. We will get Arc 3.0 in this season, but moreover, let's get into the other seasons. Season of the Prophesied. Development for the season has just so begun, so not many specific details are known. We know the Leviathan as well as Mercury, Io, and Titan reappear in the system after defeating Amaru. The planets still remain vaulted. The Guardians board the Leviathan in the first mission of the season. In order to strike a deal with Calus, the rest of the season revolves around preparing for the Witness with the help of Calus. At the conclusion of this season, a cutscene will show the Witness entering the solar system, killing Calus for betraying him before turning his attention to Earth and the rest of Sol. A live event will show the Black Fleet bombarding the Traveler as the servers go offline. There will be a new dungeon with this season that will be in the new Throne World. With the death of Imaro, the Throne World begins to collapse. In the dungeon, the Guardian is able to sever the link to Savathun and stabilize the Throne World. This is definitely a cool dungeon idea. I would love to see that go if that is the case with Amaru. So let's go into Lightfall and the final shape. The tentative release date, which probably isn't going to be a release date at all because it just seems way too close, but it states that the 21st of February 2023 is when Lightfall would release, planning to develop a legendary campaign even bigger and even better than Witch Queen. The aim is to have at least 2 more missions than Witch Queen. The goal of the campaign is to pay tribute to the original Destiny 2 campaign. We go from planet to planet, gathering our losses before we eventually assaulting the Earth, where the Witness has captured the Traveler. There will be another new weapon archetype with this expansion, and the Lightfall raid appears to take place inside of the Traveler. Maybe not the Traveler, but maybe a other Traveler, or the Shard, like we saw in the EDZ. Oh wait, EDZ and Nessus will be vaulted this year, after the team found issues late in development last year. It is undecided if the Dreaming City will enter the vault. Discussion is still happening. The team has plans to vault the moon with the final shape. The guided games will finally be out of beta, gone, replaced with an LFG system, which we saw in a leak a couple months ago before Witch Queen launch, that it will be in the tower. Joe is actually on this, Joe Blackburn, and he has set to have a new director making big strides to getting an LFG system into the game. The final shape, is, from what I can gather, the final shape is the goal of the Sword Logic, the Witness, and the Black Fleet. Definitely something to look at for Lightfall. Again, we don't really have a lot of stuff, but it is pretty exciting to look at that stuff. Let's go into Arc 3.0, which we'll get in Season 18, Season of the Lies. That's basically the verbs that they use is disoriented, electrify, chain, reflect, and quickness. Hunter's middle tree arc deflect will be rolled into a normal arc staff, and Hunters will get a new super Rod of the Tempest. Warlocks will lean heavily into chaining, Hunters disorienting, and Titans electrifying. The power fantasy goal for arc is to feel dedicated, but when used properly, it can have devastating effects. Now, let's get into Solar 3.0. Burn, explode, heal, empower, and radiant. This seems a bit interesting. Radiant heals the user and nearby allies very slowly over time, gives increased weapon reload speed for the duration of the effect, and your supercharges more quickly. The Warlock, the Well of Radiance for the Warlock, no longer grants an overshield. Overshields are reserved for Void. Daybreak, air move, change while holding crouch, your plummet straight down, similar to the current bottom tree Dawnblade. The melee, celestial fire, impact damage decreased, but now causes enemies to burn. Guiding flame, empowered duration extended from 6 to 10 seconds. Aspects, heat rises. Activating heat rises allows the user to radiate for the duration of the effect. Benevolent dawn, no changes. The innovative protection no longer gives an overshield, and Icarus Dash doesn't get any changes. The hunter, golden gun, hitting 3 consecutive headshots now grants a 4th shot. Blade barrage, defeating enemies now explode. PvE damage has been doubled. Melees, weighted knife, precision kills now grant radiant. Knife trick, decreased cooldown. The aspects for the hunter class: explosive knives stick to walls and explode when enemies are in proximity. Practice makes perfect now grants radiant. Knife party, which is a new aspect hunters will receive, where kills with throwing knife cause enemies to explode. The combat medic, burn damage, now heals you. For Titans, Burning Maul, consecutive hits on the same target now increase super damage. Hammer of Soul, hammers explode by default now. Melees, Motor Blasts, causing enemies to explode and burn. Throwing hammer gets no changes. Aspects: sunspots. Defeating targets with any solar ability, burn or explode, creates a sunspot at their feet. Standing inside a sunspot empowers you and causes your abilities to recharge faster. Tempered metal has been reworked slightly, where solar ability kills cause radiant. Roaring flames remains unchanged, and the rage of Vulcan. When targets explode, they cause nearby enemies to burn. Defragments, cast of destruction, grenade kills cause enemies to explode. Cast of Everflame, increased duration of heal and power and radiant effects. Cause of radiancy, casting your super grants radiant. Cast of Play, your melee causes enemies to burn. Cast of Fire, your burn and lingering grenade effects last longer. Many more that I have not seen yet, says the leaker. The sandbox is what they're aiming for, is that it will be that they're hesitant to touch Void 3.0 until it's been out for a season. Team is looking to address fusion rifles and hand cannons in Season 17. Heavy grenade launchers are not in a good spot. They are a hybrid damage and add clear weapon, but they don't fit that role. Also considering a nerf to Galhorn in a couple months, looking in ways to bring up underused archetypes in PvE, such as sidearms and auto rifles. Solstice of Heroes seems to get no changes, as it will be played in the EAZ, the European Aerial Zone, but the armor appears to be more vibrant this year. A new PvP map, which I'm not going to pronounce to try to call that, I'm just going to put it on screen. There you go, if you want to pronounce it. It will be set in the Throne World, the light part area, and that the Season Pass exotic weapon seems to be a SIVA-infused solar scout rifle. I am so excited if next season will be SIVA. I cannot wait to see a SIVA season if that is the case. Season of the Plague, even though it won't be called that, even if it's just called Season of the Lord, that is going to be something so cool, and I hope that's the case. We'll see this season launch on May 24th, but we probably will get a reveal trailer 2 weeks beforehand or 1 week beforehand in May to figure out what it is that the season will be based on. Season of the Lives is probably going to launch sometime in, if that's the case, Season 18. If it is true, will launch sometime at end of the summer, beginning of fall, and then we don't again know if it will be another 6-month season till Lightfall for Season 19. Things have still been left without any answer, and none of this has been announced, so please don't take this as maybe this is everything true. There could be definitely a lot of leaks in here, and some of it could be entirely wrong. We could even see this whole thing be wrong, but it is a massive leak, and I definitely want to just let you know that it could be something that we could see in the future of Destiny 2. Let me know your thoughts, because again, this is just amazing and gigantic, and I haven't seen this for a while. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. But oh guys, I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe and like. Thanks guys.